My name is Jacqueline Edwards. I teach chemistry and physics. This is my 18th year in the classroom. A lot of our kids do not know the rich history, civil rights history in Birmingham. So I teach 11th and 12th grade chemistry. In our standards, the kids have to learn about compounds. They have to learn about bonding. They have to learn about ionic bonding, the transfer of electrons, covalent bonding, the sharing of electrons. One of my coworkers in the school, who is a history teacher, came to me and told me I would be a great candidate to work with the kids in Birmingham in 1963. They were trying at the time to expand the curriculum, basically to get teachers across every content area, not just history. Let's try to incorporate it in math classes. Let's try to incorporate it in science classes. So it'll be good for them to get a double dose or triple dose of what's actually happening in their area. Now, I went back to the basics because my lesson plan, I wanted elementary school teachers to be able to do the lesson as well. We talked about how they could take celery, just take regular celery and put it in water and put some food coloring in it. And overnight, go back and see what happens to that celery. And that celery will actually take up that food coloring and it would turn it red. And I was asking them, why would that happen? What do you think is happening to plants that are growing on contaminated land? What do you think will happen to our body if we're taking in some of these contaminants, especially during that time? Hey, we're talking about all these different health issues, but we need to talk about what causes these health issues, especially during that time when we were segregated and we had to live together on land that was contaminated by different compounds, different pollutants. Bringing this lesson into chemistry allows them to see how different compounds are not healthy. They're very toxic to the body and the environment. They really hear about cancer and about COPD and different lung diseases and stuff like that, but they really did not know what caused it. When I first started off thinking about how I can incorporate the lesson, how could I write this? How could I make it relevant? Because kids need relevancy. They need to be able to connect to what you're saying. If they do not connect, you will lose them quickly. I started asking them questions about if they had any family members from Birmingham. Do they have any family members that may have worked in different coal plants? And I was amazed how many students told me that their grandparents actually worked at like U.S. Steel or like Drummond and different coal plants around Birmingham area. I selected Melvin Todd. When I was reading his story, by him having a science background, he graduated from Tuskegee. He worked in engineering. He was a scientist for IBM. And then when I read that his dad worked for Tennessee Coal, I was like, oh, this is perfect, because I'm sure that people in that community suffered a lot with the pollution from the coal mine. When we were able to learn about the history of Bethel Baptist Church. Then we had some guys to come in to talk about pollution. This guy, he's really amazing. He's going to donate some of the equipment for our kids can actually measure the amount of pollutants in the air. Like I said, I learned a lot. I think that the kids of Birmingham 1963 are doing a good job with getting different teachers with diverse backgrounds to try to incorporate their lessons for our kids to learn about civil rights. Maybe they'll go on and volunteer in Birmingham. Maybe they can be activists later on and say, hey, let's go clean up North Birmingham. Let's clean up Fairfield. Maybe we can get them to be activists one day.